Hello and welcome back to Type 1 Thursday with me, Hanna, founder of Hanna Diabetes Expert and many other things, but that doesn't belong here. We are now focusing on Type 1 diabetes for, Type 1 Thursday. Look at that, isn't that fantastic? Today I am talking about another lifestyle thing that you can do to maybe help your diabetes management along a little bit. And today I am talking about movement. I call it movement because exercise sounds like a lot of work, quite honestly, and I don't like it to be seen as a burden for myself mainly, but perhaps also for someone else out there. So that's why I call it movement, and it should be fun. That's why. And so why should we pay extra attention to movement as people with type 1 or type 2 or actually any kind of diabetes at all? Because it is one of these power tools that we can use to get better, better management for ourselves. Number one is that it does help our blood sugar management, even if we do perhaps spike during the movement that we have chosen, the action that we have chosen. General rule of thumb is that heavy lifting and anaerobic movement will raise your blood sugar, whereas cardio and aerobic movement will lower your blood sugar. But this is, of course, as usual, individual, and it's just a rule of thumb, so don't take me up on that. This is just something that you can bear in mind when you are trying to get moving. With the fact that it helps blood sugar management, it also can help you lower your A1C, of course, something that I have recently apparently managed somehow again. So that can be a good motivator for it. It raises your well-being to move your body, to use your body the way it's intended to. We're not meant to sit like I'm doing right now. We are meant to be moving around and enjoying using our bodies. The risk of cardiovascular disease is lowered with exercise, and when we move, it is lowered. Also a potential weight loss, if that is needed and that is wanted. It can be a huge benefit of moving your body. Also a little bit more biochemical things. The little engines in your cells called mitochondria, they actually are multiplied, or they get bigger in the cells, so that the cells have bigger engines essentially when we move our bodies. So that's a really, really good thing. It keeps the mitochondria young, which is part of our staying young in mind, body, and soul. It can also lower your triglycerides. If that is a problem for you, it can also lower your blood pressure. It raises our immune function, which is really great in times, well, like now, when the fall nasties are coming out. It also, first and foremost, raises our insulin sensitivity, and I will get into why that is in a little bit. I just want to go through all the benefits of movement first. It increases our muscle strength and also our bone density, which is really, really great to prepare our bodies for maybe a higher age. And yeah, those are some of the main benefits of moving your body. There are, of course, many more. You get out in nature, perhaps. You feel a sense of accomplishment, all of these mental factors that are really, really good when it comes to moving your body. But those were just a few, so we have something to start off with. And why it is actually helping our insulin sensitivity is because the main part of our glucose storage is actually in our muscles. In our liver, absolutely, but it's mainly in our muscles. And that is why we can use movement to help. Insulin is key number one, absolutely, but it can help control your blood sugar levels. So basically, the sugar or the glucose in your blood goes into the muscles and is stored there. And that's why, in a very short way, we become more insulin sensitivity, because the blood sugar isn't in the blood anymore. It's stored in the muscles. So exercise does so much, as I've tried to explain here in the first couple of minutes. And how do you do it? We've gone through why now. Let's move on to how do you do it? Well, it's easiest to work it into a routine. It's easiest to do daily movement. It's easiest to have set times when you do it. And how do you do it? Well, choose something that you think is fun. As I said in the beginning, it shouldn't be a chore. It shouldn't be feeling like, movement now again, I have to exercise. It shouldn't feel like that at all. It should actually feel like fun, like something you're rewarding yourself with, something that you're giving your body as maybe even a treat. So this can be whatever, whether that's dancing along to your favorite song, it can be yoga, it can be something on YouTube. I found a really, really great band workout, for example. My muscles can definitely feel it. Or you can go for a walk in nature, or you can run if you think that's fun. You can go lifting if you think that's fun. Play, for example, primal play with Daryl Edwards is a fantastic way of moving your body without you actually realizing that it's proper exercise and your muscles will be hurting afterwards. But the key is to have fun when you are moving your body. And how to get started, it really is easiest to start small. Don't take on too much, you know, I have to go to the gym 3 or 4 times a week starting now, I'm doing this. No, start small, like start moving more in your everyday life. Take the stairs instead of the elevator or escalator, all these classics. Get off the bus to stop earlier, park further away at the parking lot, you know, all of these things that are maybe cliches by this point, but they actually do work because it gets your body really moving. So slowly start to increase your muscle mass because of the thing that I was saying before, that muscles are our main glucose storage devices. So the more glucose that is stored in there, the less is in the blood, and that's why we become more insulin sensitive. And one really, really easy way to do this is something that I've been doing myself recently. I was inspired by a few people that I follow online, and I started the 100 push-ups a day challenge, which I thought was ridiculous. I thought I could never do it. I thought I was one of the weakest people on the planet. But very, very quickly, within those first 30 days, I started actually doing push-ups against my kitchen counter because I couldn't do them on the floor. But very quickly, I could move on to lower and lower surfaces until I'm now actually doing all 100, not in one go. I do them 15, 15, 15, and then 10, the last ones. So I get 100, but on the floor, on my yoga mat, and I'm very, very, very happy about it. And it feels like an accomplishment, and I really like that. To that also builds muscles, builds a big muscle, very many big muscle groups in your body, and the bigger the muscle groups, the more effect you, of course, have. The other one that I added was squats. So I do 100 push-ups and 100 squats, and it takes me about 15 minutes perhaps to do this. It's not a big, it's not a lot of time that you actually give up from whatever else, whether it's 15 minutes of social media, 15 minutes of TV watching a day or something. It's not a lot of time you give up in order to get the benefits of getting a bigger muscle mass. So before anything that you start anything like this, whether it's yoga, the 100 push-up challenge, dancing, anything, do check with your doctor if you are okay to start exercising. Some cases, maybe not, maybe there's something underneath the surface that you don't know about. So check with them, but generally movement can be a great tool for your diabetes management, for our diabetes management, all of us. And I would love to hear from you. How do you move your body? What do you think is fun? Let me know in a comment. I can't wait to chat with you.
there.